Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another music review. And in this music review, we're doing quite an unusual band. Quite an unusual band in from the aspect that they are a Christian band. Now, the album we're going to review is Soldiers Under Command by Stryper. There you go. This was released. This isn't the I think it was a re-release version I've got of this. This is their first full-length album. So they are in their stripes, like you do. Released in May 1985. There you go. When I first heard about Stryper, this lot, I didn't realise what type of band they were. I remember picking up a copy of To Hell with the Devil and looking at the cover of it and thought, that looks really good. And I took it home, played it, and I thought, oh, these guys look different. They're in kind of like black and yellow, kind of like spandex, as you can see, black and yellow spandex. And I thought, well, a bit different, I suppose. You got to do something. And it didn't really hit home that this band was a Christian band. Even when you look at the logo, it's got Isaiah 53:5. And I thought, I didn't think anything of it. I really, really didn't think anything of it, because this band has been, in the 80s was touring with Motley Crue and everybody else. And I thought, the guitar player is really cool. He knows how to play. The vocals are great. And thought, yeah, great. So about, a few months after I bought To Hell with the Devil, I picked this up in the same store, actually, on vinyl. And I put it on, Soldiers Under Command. Comes out, blaring on the speakers. Sounds great. Still, the penny didn't drop until the second song, called Makes Me Wanna Sing. And the chorus, they started singing, the chorus involved the word Jesus. Jesus makes me want to sing. And then the penny dropped. And I thought, God. So what I did was, Stryper, unusual name. So what I did was, at the time, I did not know what the name represented. So for this review of this album, I actually gone on Wikipedia. There you go. And I put in the name Stryper and what it means. Now, Stryper derives from the King James Version of the Bible. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. With his stripes we are healed. The reference is frequently included as part of their logo. Stryper's drummer, Robert Sweet, also created a backronym for their name. Salvation through redemption, yielding peace, encouragement, and righteousness. Right, now this band, Stryper, they used to be called a band called Rock's Regime back in the day, and obviously they weren't getting anywhere. They were one of them bands, most probably down on Sunset Strip, with a lot of hair metal bands at the time, and they weren't getting anywhere and that. And honestly, think that they did this. My personal opinion is they did this to be different. So somewhere along the line, most probably one of the Sweet brothers thought themselves, well, we've got to be different. If we're going to, make the big time, we've got to be different. So they started to sing about God. Now, I know for a fact that CC DeVille from Poison auditioned for this lot at some point. And, of course, you know how America's different when it comes to religion. They're very, very intense. You go out to the backwaters of America, and they are, in some parts of America, religion is a very, very strong not wouldn't say lifestyle, but a strong belief in a lot of sectors of America. And of course, you could say this band had their niche. But the thing about this band is that the songs are actually incredibly well written. The guitar work by Oz Fox is incredibly well played. Michael Sweet also is a great guitar player. So, me personally, I was in a bit of a difficult place. This album was sitting on my shelf next to a Slayer album, if you know what I mean. And, musically, if you can play, you can play. I suppose it doesn't matter what belief you have or what, attitude towards life you have or what you support. If you can play an instrument, you can play it well. And of course, this is what happens. Now, this was the first ever Christian metal album to achieve gold status. In America, all songs have been written by Michael Sweet. So I look through the track listing. We go through it. We've got Soldiers Under Command, which is a great opening song, great guitar work. One of my favourite Stryper songs to this day. And you notice with Stryper music, the backing vocals do remind me of an old Styx record in a way. It's the backing vocals do remind me of Styx. Makes me want to sing. Next song. That was a song what did it for me. When if I look at the chorus, Jesus, King, King of Kings, Jesus makes me want to sing. That's when the penny dropped. Then we go to Together Forever. And again, throughout this album, it's just full on Christianity. It's so sweet in words, it will make you want to suck on a bag load of sugar cubes. After you listen to this album, you want to go out with rose tinted glasses for the rest of your life. You really would. So yeah, then we go on to a more ballady song, First Love, which is, they were incredibly good at doing ballads, Stryper, piano-led ballads. They were very good at it. I'll give them that. They really were. Then we go to The Rock That Makes Me Roll, which is a rocker. And it's kind of like, the theme, it's underlying theme, we're soldiers, we're fighting for God. We're fighting for the good name of God, the Bible, and everything. And this is a running theme throughout. Then we got Reach Out, which is, I would say, a good single for the album. Nice little melody in the chorus. Waiting for a Love That's Real, which has got a church organ in the intro, which actually does work. In a way, it does work. Then we get Together as One, which is more, again, more ballady. Surrender, which is a pretty good. Then it finishes off, which is a pretty good song. The album finishes off with Battle Hymn of the Republic. Glory, glory, hallelujah. So, it's a shock to the system. When I looked at that cover, I thought, yeah, you got a band there, it's got weapons, and it's got, apparently, you can get that van as a kit form from a model shop in America. How cool's that? You got a band in yellow and black, spandex. The guitars are in yellow and black. The drums are in yellow and black. Everything's in yellow and black. You've got, missiles there in yellow and black. And you think, wow, this is cool. Even the drummer on the back's got himself a couple of swords, samurai swords. And it makes you think, mixed messages. If you were in a Christian band, you wouldn't be on the back of an album with a pair of samurai swords, but never mind. So the theme throughout is God. The music is incredibly well played. They know how to play, these boys, I'll tell you that. At the time, hair metal was massive in America. You know, Stryper supported Bon Jovi. They toured with Motley Crue. Um, so you know they were mixing with the big names of hair rock or whatever you want to call it at the time. Um, so looking at it, you know, from a different from a main point of view, you know, they're a Christian band. They're playing on tour with bands which aren't Christian. So they were a bit of a, I would imagine them being a little bit of a novelty act, you know, some places. And I can imagine a lot of, you know, people into their rock and that would hate them for it. Mainly because of the message they were getting across. This was a band, remember, plays on stage and throws Bibles at everybody. So I can imagine them getting a bit of stick. But looking at this album as a whole, looking at the track listing, you know, for a debut full length album, it's a pretty good album in a way. You know, it's just well played, and the production values are, you know, it hasn't kind of like aged well regarding production values in this album, but overall, you know, I think it's one of their best albums, if not their best. I think Tell with the Devil will kind of like beat it by a whisker. So, you know, doing these music reviews, I just, you know, I thought, well, let's kind of like do a different band every week. I'm trying to do a different band every week at the moment. And when it comes to this album, where do I stand with it? Well, I'll still play it now and again for a laugh. I'll take it with a pinch of salt. And I think that's what everybody should, you know, everybody who listens to rock, who is not religious as much as this lot, will do. I would imagine them having a strong, loyal following in America, who, especially amongst the Christian, you know, born again Christian fraternity or whatever, following these fellas. But overall, as an album, as a record, I do listen to it. If you haven't heard of Stryper, I basically would recommend you to go on YouTube after this and stick it in the search. Then you can see for yourselves what gem of a band you've overlooked. So, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching this disjointed review. It really is disjointed because it's not very often, you know, I tend to do a music review of a Christian 80s metal band. So, boys and girls, Stryper's Soldiers Under Command, give it a go, listen to the title track, tell me what you think, and I'll see you on another one. Cheers.